cash this check. Save me, Lord, right? I'm serious, right? And then so I go to jail, and I have my cellmate, who was an older white woman, and not that race matters. It was just the fact that she was white, telling me that I did not belong. Because we all know how white people feel about black people, right? And I'm like, well, what do you mean? So she took this New Living Translation Bible, which was a recovery Bible for her because she was an alcoholic, but it was like the learning thing for me. She slammed it down and she's like, you need to read this. You know, I'm a little nervous. I'm like, this white lady, she might kill me. Let me go ahead and read this book. You know, I went on the top bunk and I just opened the book up. And I opened to the book of Zephaniah, which is the name of my gift shop. And in the book of Zephaniah, it said that if you do not straighten up, I'm going to destroy you and everyone connected to you.
Amen.
And at that time, I had 2 kids. I had 4, but at that time, I had 2 kids. And I'm like, oh, Lord, I'm in here. God about to kill my kids. That was just my mind. That was just my thought. And I continued to, that right there, that book alone, it was Zephaniah 3. And that book alone just kind of stuck with me. And I read it, and I said, this book is interesting. It's a little thick, but it's interesting. So I just kept flipping through a little bit more. And you know, I don't know if anyone else has ever been in jail, but when you are in jail, you are at your lowest. You have nothing. You cannot go into your fridge and get a bottle of water. You cannot use the bathroom. You cannot use the bathroom. So you know, it's really at the lowest. So I continued to read the book, and then I got to the book of Psalm. And I got to the book of Psalm 46, and I read down where it said, be still and know that I am God. Yes. And that caught my complete attention, because now I'm like, what he mean? You know, like, what you talking about? So I went and I read some more, and now it just started to change my whole thinking. Now, prior to me going to jail, I have this tattoo on my arm, and it's a street one. When somebody come to your house, come do it, see what it look crazy. And it is a devil sitting on a stack of money. Because back then, that is where I was. Money was the root of all evil for me. That's what led me into jail. And once I got into jail and I continued to read the word, it just started to slowly transform my mind. And as I continued to read further, I think what really like got into my heart was when I got to the book of Philippians, where it says that I've learned to live with the little, a lot, or nothing at all.
Amen.
And at that time, I had nothing at all. You know, I'm working in a calf. I'm working in the kitchen for $1.75 a day. I had all these friends when I was out doing stuff, and I had not one person write me, not one person send me $5, $10, $2, a pair of socks, nothing. And that was like the complete turning point where I said, oh my God, when I was out there, I thought I had a lot, because I was doing, you know, I'm going to every Shaw. I probably shut Shaw's down, y'all. I cashed 30 million checks at Shaw's. That's probably why they closed. And I'm just being honest. And you know, after that, I just said, like, wow, at that time I thought I had a lot, but I really didn't have anything.
That's right.
Like, I didn't have anything. And then when I was released from prison, they sent me to a mother and child program. And I had kept reading. There was this other pamphlet, and your daughter said something that was so funny. There was this pamphlet in the Bible she gave me where it says, what you do does not just affect you, but it affects everybody. And at this time, I'm like, oh God, my kids, you know, they're out. And you know, nobody loves your kids like your mother loved their kids, even when they were their father. Right. And I said, oh my God, like what I've done has not just affected me, but it has affected everyone connected to me, right? So I'm reading this pamphlet, and at the end of the pamphlet, it said, God, please give me a fresh start. Amen. And that was all I didn't know how to pray, right? So every night I was so lonely, right? Say this is the wall to the bed. I would lay here as though somebody was holding me, and I would just read that and say, God, please give me a fresh start. God, please give me a fresh start. And for that year, I continued to just read. That was all I continued to read. I went to court, and I was raised by my grandmother. Okay, I never met my mother until I was 17 years old, almost 18. So I was raised by my grandmother, and so you know she like old school music, you know. And while I'm walking back and forth in my cell, while I'm in court waiting for them to tell me, like, oh my God, they about to give me life, that's what I'm thinking. I'm saying, tell me something good. I just kept singing it in my head, right? And then the marshal calls, because my maiden name is Randolph. He calls, Randolph, let's go. So I'm like, oh, they might knock me up. So I get there and he goes, I have good news. And I'm like, what's the good news? He said, there's a program called Fresh Start. And you have been accepted in it. And I said, he real, y'all. He real. Because for a year I kept reading God give me a fresh start. And although the program ran by CRT was called Fresh Start, it was literally a fresh start. It wasn't just about the name, it was literally a fresh start. So now I get out and I'm in the mother and child program and I have to stay in there for 6 months, you know, because you have to make sure you're ready for the outside. Tess, I know you know about that, like if you're ready for the outside. And I said, okay. And then my first test came when I was released from there and I got my job. And I was working at Bertira Subaru. And I'm there, y'all, and you know when people inquire about inquire about a car. So I'm like, yes, I sold 2 cars, okay. And Sid was the manager. He came over and he dropped down the check. And I'm like, boom, and he goes, no, that's your last check. Corporate did a background check on you and we have to let you go. I'm like, I've been here 3 months. You for real? Like, y'all just know. I could have told you if you wanted to know. You know? So I'm like, oh my God. So I took that check and I went to check cashing and I went to Michael's. And me and my husband, he took me to Michael's and I bought all of these beads. Had no idea what I was going to do with them, but I always like to just do things. So we sat on the living room floor on Capon Street, because that's where we were living at the time in Hartford. And we just started making bracelets. Now my husband, no offense, Miroslav, my husband's Puerto Rican. So you know when the family come over, it's like 50 of them coming over, right? So we had a Sunday dinner and everybody, seriously, we had a Sunday dinner and everybody had came over, but all of the bracelets and stuff that I made, they had little charms on it that was inspirational. They were just laying around and it wasn't for sale at the time. And they was like, oh, Mo, we want to buy that. And I was like, that's not. Oh, yeah, girl. That's $10. You know, I'm just making up stuff. And that's how the gift shop came about with inspirational pieces and stuff like that. Move forward to Inspired Girls Club, which is a 501c3 program that I run here. It is for girls who have lost their way and their hope. My oldest child will be 20 this year, and when she was 12, she lost her hope. So I decided to create a program for girls like her who have kind of lost a sense of belonging, a sense of direction, and that just simply need a safe place for them to come in and just be themselves. Now we do redirect them and we correct them, but they can simply be themselves. God is within her was something that I started back on Zion Street, but it wasn't called that back then. It was just a group that we had for women to come in, because we all have stories, right? We all have things that we want to let go. We all have things that we're still working on. So when I created God is Within Her, it was also created for a space. Miss Kim comes here, that Moody comes here, in which we can kind of just like let it flow, but also just tell how God does. Like everybody, if you're in this room right now, I'm hoping that you know how good God is.
Amen.
Like He truly is. And it's not just about material. And it took me a very long time to understand that. It took me a very long time to understand that, because when things start to happen, I'm like, oh my God, like God, you done took this again, like da-da-da. And then I said, no, it's not about that. It's about your heart. It's about your mind. It's about your spirit. Monique, if you're not supposed to have it, you ain't going to make no check. Girl, you just ain't going to have it, girl. Okay? And it took me a very long time to get that way. And then I had to ask myself one time, like, am I faith driven? And anyone who knows me, I am. Y'all will come in here today, these curtains is red, that wall red. Next week, y'all be like, oh, you got it hot pink and gray curtain. What you didn't do? I'm just very, like, I'm on the move and I'm very faith driven. But something that I just want to ask everyone in here, and I ask myself this, in your circle of people that you have, do you have somebody that when your faith is low, can you pull from?
Yes.
You have to pay attention to who is in your circle. I put up a post up the other day that said, watch who you give your ear to. Yes. Because the minute you say, hey, girl, I got this vision.
Yes.
And then if she be like, girl, she already then discouraged you. So you have to really, really, and it took me a lot of time, because even when I started my 501c3, I would put up statuses like, hey, we're taking donations. And the first thing people say, girl, you've been to jail. That's okay. I think I tell everybody that. I'm like, no shame. I'm an open book. What you want to know? You know? But those are the type of people that you don't necessarily need, you know, in your circle. And with businesses, because I believe everyone in here is a business owner, you have to stay strong in your faith. When I say strong, I mean strong. You also have to learn. I think the biggest thing that I've learned is patience.
Yes.
It's not your time.
Yes, babe.
If God say no, you gonna wait. You gonna wait. And sometimes He may just say no, cause it's just no.
Right.
Right? You know when you tell your kids something, they be like, "Mom, can I get this?" No. Well, why you saying no? I had to start like, God, why you? Never mind. I ain't gonna ask you. I tell you, no. Just never mind. Cause I tell my kids no. You know.
Right.
But just moving forward, I would just like to say, please just stand strong in your faith. Before you do anything, talk to Him. Talk to Him. I've also learned, and if I'm not mistaken, what is that? Is that Thessalonians? When he says that, you know, don't tell men. Which one is that? Grandma, what's that? What's that one, Grandma? Thessalonians. Is it Thessalonians? I think it is. When he says don't. No, when he says mind your business.
Oh!
Which one is that?
That
Mind
is
your.
First Thessalonians.
That is Thessalonians, right?
Thessalonians,
Don't ask me, because I remember I don't know the book.
So it's somewhere in Thessalonians. You know how everybody say, mind your business and drink
I
water?
know.
Yes.
God said, mind your business and focus on Him.
Yes.
And that's what you got to do. Keep your focus on Him. Journal. I got like 90. Some pages I blank, some got a whole bunch, and then I'll probably skip to another one. Miss Kim knows that, right? Write it down and make it plain. It is, right? I thought it was Thessalonians, yes. That has been something else too that I have just, you know, continued on my journey, because it's always a struggle. Especially when you run in a nonprofit. Miss Tess knows that. You know, when you run in a nonprofit and you're asking people for help, but you're also trying to do the will of God, the devil come like a football team. Okay? They come. But you got to stand firm. And like Miss Courtney was saying, I'm only 39, but I don't think I've cared what nobody said for a very long time. Because I know that when I'm in need, when I'm down on my knees and I'm crying, no disrespect, I can't call you. Call Him though.
That's right.
I call Him though. All my help comes from Him.
That's right.
Whether He sends people, whether He sends things, everything comes from Him. So if anyone is having like some wavering faith, just stand firm in Him. Because when I say I'm strong in Him, like even with my husband, you know, I have four kids, 3 with him, and he always go, Mo, every time I turn around, you doing something. And I be like, that's God. And he said, well, how you know? I said, because I spoke to Him first. Right? So if I say, hey, I need this new space right over here, and I know I ain't got enough money to get it, but then it comes, then I know it was from God.
That's right.
You got to stand strong in your faith.
Amen.
That's it.
Amen.
For those who are struggling or challenged with balancing children, marriage, or even a significant other relationship in business, share what Mo can share. And is there even such a thing as balance?
Absolutely. Again, as I said, mother of 4, right? My oldest, who will be 20, does not live with me. Okay? What did I was telling you about? That's my stuff. But I have a 13-year-old, I have a 9-year-old, I have a 4-year-old, I have a husband, and I got a dog. Because he has attention too, right? So, what I do is, I do not wake up as early as you, 4 in the morning. I don't.
She does too.
Oh Jesus, I cannot. I think
Oh,
I'm just
so
not
who
getting
else
my
was
good
it?
sleep
It was
in.
you too, right?
No.
On days before the
Yes.
morning?
No, heck
No,
no.
no. It was the young
Courtney,
lady. but I
it's
do
Courtney.
remember
I
it.
cannot.
Yeah.
So I have just intentionally, because Courtney says you have to be intentional.
Right.
So I have just intentionally started to get up at about, don't judge me,
No, we're not.
7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
That's good for me, 7 o'clock. So when I wake up at 7 o'clock, all 3 of my children are still home. So if I'm in the mood to make breakfast, I'm gonna make it. If not, it's cereal and milk. Listen, as long as you eat, go ahead, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I get here, I wanna say like my first hour and a half, Michael Todd, he's in my ear. Michael Todd, Vicky O for my music, Michael Todd for my preaching. When I get home, okay, normally I get home at about like 6:30, 7 o'clock. So from 7 to 9 o'clock, check homework. If Eric did not cook, then I'll cook. Everybody got to get in the bed. What my kids know is that once mom gets in the shower, when I get in the shower, mom is off.
All right.
Mom is off.
Me too.
Even the dog, Chloe, now normally Chloe will come in the bathroom now. If I'm on the toilet, Chloe, no. Once that shower goes on, and if the shower door is all the way shut, if you gotta use the bathroom or somebody upstairs bathroom, boys, you better go outside. That's it. And what I do is Zeffie is the only one who breaks the rules. She 4. She ain't trying to hear what she ain't trying to hear what I gotta say. But everybody else knows that when I'm at work, I'm at work. When I get home, I don't even bring my business cell phones home, because when I'm home, there is no business. If you send me an email, I'll get you in the morning, because I'm not doing that.
Right.
That was why even at one point I took my messenger off my phone, because people are disrespectful. I could be asleep and ting, the bracelet. That can't wait till the morning. So what I do is I really just like prioritize my time.
Yes,
When I'm
me
here,
too.
it's strictly business. Between these hours when I get home, I'm dealing with the kids. After that, you know, the husband, right? And then, that's it. My sleep time is my sleep, and I do it all over again. Now for appointments, you know, I'm closed on a Monday, so I book all of my kids' appointments on a Monday. If y'all don't got this Monday available, well, then when's your next? Because that's just how, you know, so between the kids, the husband, and the work, that's how I balance it. I just prioritize my time. And I try not to take, what I've learned is to delegate. I have 3 businesses, right? And I want to say last year when I was on Farmington Avenue was the first time I learned to delegate things, because I've always tried to do so much. Because when you have a vision, it's your vision, right?
Yes.
So nobody ain't
Right.
gonna love your baby the way you love your
Right.
baby. You can get people to come in and say, oh, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna help you, but it's your vision. And then sometimes it's like, oh, like it's not gonna work. But I have truly also learned that God sends who He needs to send to help to delegate those tasks,
That's
in
right.
which you don't have to worry. So if I say Moody, and Moody is my baby, y'all, that's Moody, that's for her Moody. So if Moody knows that we have some things going on for Inspired Girls Club, I don't gotta worry about it, because I know Moody got it already. You know, for the women group, Courtney, she's in charge of this, she got it already. But that's how I do balance. I prioritize and learn how to shut it off, even for your kids, even for your husband. No, not tonight.
Not to.
No, I catch you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not tonight.
All right.
But that's just it. You just really have to like prioritize your time. And if you don't take care of you first, you can't take care of anybody else. So that's what I do. Like when I get home, it's late, right? But Elijah's party is tomorrow, so I know I'm gonna be up. So tonight is just Elijah, because he got a bounce house, everything coming. So tonight is just it. But during the week, click. Nope. Yes.
I know it's late and I know we're gonna leave.
Yeah. That's yep.
But
We got one more question. I got
Sure.
one more question.
Okay. Sure.
How does Mo replenish Mo?
Truthfully, I just started. I used to never replenish Mo. I talk to Moody all the time about the me time. And sometimes my me time was simply the shower. That was like my replenish, like that was it.
And sometimes, I'm sorry, I see her naked. I'm like, girl, you got the clothes on.
In the FaceTime, hey girl! But that's what I do. Like,
So water.
yes,
Oh, yes.
but recently, hold on, y'all. I'm getting good. Watch this. recently I've been with Eric for 17 years, okay? And he's a little old, he's older than me. So I'm 39 and Eric is about to be 47. So although we're both still young, he's old, if that makes sense. Okay? So lately we had to have a conversation like, bruh, I'm 39. Y'all see I was on a helicopter for my birthday, right? Y'all know how much drunk I had to talk to go out for my birthday somewhere? So to replenish me, I'm just now starting that, to answer your question. I'm just now starting that. Because I'm really starting to learn that I do need to live. And that little weekend that I was gone, like my kids were all at one place. I didn't respond to anything. I had like stuff on do not, like I'm on vacation. And that was like my replenish. So moving forward, that's what I will start to do. Like probably take like a nice month. I'm like one day out of the month for just me and him. One day out of the month for just me. Because even sometimes when I come in here, people are coming in. So it's just like constantly, like constant.
Right.
You know, but that is what I'm working on that. I had my first one for my weekend. Y'all, listen, I don't drink. Do y'all know that? I don't drink. I mean, that's sangria though, but I don't drink, right? But on my birthday this weekend, when I said I was living it up, I had like 10 drinks. I was leaning like this. I said, Eric, you all right? He said, no, you okay, you breathing. But yeah, but that's how I manage, I balance, replenish, all of the above. But my faith is through the roof. Nobody can tell me nothing about God.
That's right.
Nobody can tell me that. I also, and I'm gonna let you go, we're gonna wrap it up. But I have put a status up about stop giving the devil credit.
That's
Because
right.
sometimes not the devil, sometimes it's God. Like,
Yes.
no. And somebody commented that she did not believe God. And that hurt me. Because God is like my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he my man.
That's the big daddy right there.
Yes, hello. So when she commented, I simply just deleted her comment. And that's growth. Because Monique would have probably, I would really chewed her up very. I don't even know how to chew people up professionally. You know how some people know how to cuss people out professionally? Sure, I don't do that.
That would
So
be you. I don't know nothing
her
about that.
comment, and then I said, watch this, y'all. Wait, let me show you how God works. I gotta tell you this. Then I'm gonna let y'all go. So she made the comment, right? I deleted it and I let it go. Then we were at an award ceremony for like a Delta thing. I had got honored. Tess had won, right? And she was there on the stage. But the person who hosted it, all she spoke about was God. Everyone who got on the stage spoke about God. So I didn't even have to reply to her comment because I'm sitting there like, so who you giving credit to? Because that's how God works.
That's right.
Be strong in your faith, y'all.
Amen.
I want to thank everybody for coming for one. Thank you. This is just one of many. I did not say what this is. So God is Within Her is not only our Thursday night fellowship, but it's also now if you become a member, you are you're able to come here and showcase your business one day out the month, depending on what tier you take. You can take tier 1 where you'll get your own personal pop-up shop. If you want to host your own event here, this space will only be $125. So there's a lot that is coming forward, and I will keep everyone in the loop on future events. Collaboration is the key.
Yes.
Okay, if y'all want to do something like, hey Mo, let's my door is open. Let's just make sure that the date is available on the calendar, and let's go. Like we will never grow as a unity, as a community, if we do not get together. If anybody is planning a backpack, whatever book pack, all of us better be there with a different station for every. It doesn't make sense to do 10 different book bag drives. Everybody just needs to get together. If we want to do an empowerment event, hey, let's Kennedy Park, wherever. I am all about collaborating. So if y'all ever want to do something, 860-331-0601 is my phone number. Call me up, say, hey Mo, let's go, let's collaborate, because that's the only way we are going to grow and network and build.
That's right.
And put God first.
Amen.